I started playing with the national team when I was 14 years old. Always had dreams of playing at this level. Didn't quite think it would take this long, but I'm here. And I got my first cap, and I'm still smiling. I played in so many youth national team games, so many tournaments. And what was the U19 World Cup final in front of 55,000 people when I was 16 years old? Those experiences, you can't replicate, you can't replace those, and clearly they help you in your process, in your development. I was training down in Miami, and I tore my first ACL, preparing for my next season of college, my freshman season. Rehab, go to school, get the surgery, come back within a few months, maybe not even, boom, do my other ACL. 2 ACL wasn't the extent of all my injuries. I tore my labrum in my hip. I shattered my thumb. This is all in college. Last year I dislocated my shoulder right before the Olympic roster was announced. There's been adversity my whole career, and it's made me who I am today. There was moments where I was like, this is not for me. It was at an early age. Everyone was saying, she's gonna be the next big thing. She's doing so well at a young age, and it crashed real quick. And there was times where I needed other people to pick me up and carry me, because I did have those moments where I was giving up on myself. And you can't go through these types of obstacles in your life alone. There's an interesting story with me and Whitney Engen. Coming back from my second ACL, we had fitness testing in Carolina. And I struggled so bad, and it was so hard. I remember running it and crying at the same time. And I didn't think I could do it anymore. I was ready to hang my boots up and say, there's only so much one person can take, right? And I sat in her car and I cried and I let everything out, and she said, okay, you have a decision to make, and it's gonna be hard. Are you gonna go this way, or are you gonna go that? I'm gonna push you in one way, but it's gonna be your decision. And we sat there and we talked for 3 hours. And I made a commitment in that moment that I wasn't gonna give up. And she wrote me this letter before my first cap. And she said, do you remember in the car when we sat there in that moment and you were ready to quit on yourself? But I didn't quit on you. Remember that day at the soccer fields that I told you your future was with this team, and that someday people would hail you as the best goalkeeper in the world? You are incredible, Ash. We both know this to be true. Because once you get on the train, it's not going to be making any stops. Love always, your #1 fan, Whit. My first cap, I wouldn't say I was really thinking of anything or thinking about the past or really drowning myself with so many thoughts. I knew I earned this moment. I knew I deserved this moment, and I knew it was my time to play. I felt confident and I felt like I fit. And Tom said something to the group before the game in the huddle, and he said, it's your first cap. This is an exciting moment. And before I took the field, Paul said, this is what you worked for, and you deserve it, and you've earned it. And you think about that, and it's impossible to not be like, yeah, I can breathe. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be in this exact moment. It makes this moment even more special because I know it wasn't given to me. I worked and I clawed and I cried and I scratched and I made it. And that's a proud moment for me, that's a proud moment for my teammates, and it's especially a proud moment for my family. I had the best time of my life. I wait my whole life for this moment. I didn't want it to end. The game ended and I was the last person to leave the field. I just didn't want it to end. And I think that's a really cool feeling, and I'm glad that I got to experience it with the girls I'm with now, because a lot of them have been a part of my whole journey, and they've seen what I've had to overcome, and it feels good to be on the field with those type of people who've helped me get there. You know, it doesn't end here. You know, I'm not just happy with one cap. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. You know, not many people get to do my job, but, you know, I want more. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for more games and continuing to better myself and just continuing to grow and push my teammates and each, you know, camp play a bigger role. I mean, that's what I want. I want to be the number one. I want to help this team win a World Cup and an Olympics, and that's my dream.